Nobody wins when the family feels.
Deadliest came up off serving geeks. Got the drop from Yola Freak. He got hit all in his nugget cause he tried to look and peek. Don't bring up goonies that get cracked and go play hide and seek. DJs got put inside the church and he jumped in the street.
Ain't no time limit on get backs, we gon' slide. Every time it's news about a victim, it's on y'all side. Calculate how many times you suckers in y'all mom's cry. Back in Stony City, his leg a tenor line.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah. But hey, yo, get him, bro.
West North to slap like a Drake in the carbon.
Right before I got locked up, it's the same day. Nigga. It's me, it's my mama, it's my best friend, female. I'm going to court. You know what I mean? Eastern story. If you listen to the Eastern story, I break the whole story down, man. Yeah. I had one of my homeboys turn snake on me, pulled on side of my car, shot me in my face and shit, and shot up the whole whip while my mom then was in the car. Played foul.
There is a hurricane of violence hovering over our community right now, with one side shooting at the other side, and someone fills those shoes and starts shooting back at the other side.
With developing news tonight out of Columbia, police say 2 teens are dead and 1 adult is seriously injured after 2 separate shootings overnight.
Avenue and Forest Avenue. When officers arrived, they say they found 28-year-old Sam Baldwin and 18-year-old Nadria White with gunshot wounds. Police say both sustained life-threatening injuries, and Wright was later pronounced dead at an area hospital.
Keep track of. On Friday, September 13th, Nadria Wright lost her life and another person was seriously injured when they were shot at the corner of Forest and Grand. Just hours later, in the early morning of the 14th, Aquan Spain was shot and killed near 5th and Park. 1 man has been arrested in Spain's death. Columbia police say Michael Anderson III was involved in a drive-by shooting and shot Spain, who was in the car next to him. And this past weekend, in the early morning hours of Sunday the 22nd, Antonio Houston and Danielle Marine were found with gunshot wounds in the front yard of a home near McKee and Rice Road. Just a day later, despite no one being injured, police responded to a shots fired call in the same location where multiple shell casings were found and multiple homes were hit.
Really searching for Alquez Jones, 19 years of age, Dewan Turner, 19 years of age, Jashawn Barney, 18 years of age, and Diaz Turner, 21 years of age. They are wanted in connection to the murder of Deshaun Joseph Houston, which occurred on 26th of June in the 3200 block of Dove Drive.
In the heartland of America, nestled between Kansas City and St. Louis, lies Columbia, Missouri. Most known for its vibrant art scene, historical landmarks, but this city has become an unexpected battleground. Not a war of territorial politics, but rather a war of words and rhythm. This is the story of one of the most deadliest rap feud in the city's history. A feud that has transformed its peaceful streets into a stage for lyrical warfare that has claimed lives, shatters family, and divided the city into east and west. From the echoes of firearms being let off to haunting beats of rap music, every corner of this city carries a tale of rivalry, revenge, and remorse. You see, family, this isn't just a story about music. It's about young lives caught in the cycle of violence, the resilience of a community under siege, and the transformative power of art in the face of adversity. So sit back, family. As you should know by now, we will only speak on public facts. As we journey through the years from 2019 to today, we will learn about victims of drive-by shootings, accidental deaths among gang members, even one losing his life while waiting for trial in jail, and even a fugitive rapper who dared to drop a music video while on the run. Family, welcome to the War of Rhymes, the East vs. West rap feud in Columbia, a saga with a rhythm and relentless as its consequences. So before we go over this one, remember, family, I don't give you no angle, I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we're going to jump right to it. So just so we all stay on track, we're going to identify the key members by the rappers on each side. In Columbia, Missouri, as we mentioned, it's an East versus West thing, or East versus North. And a lot of members from the East side represent Rice Road. And 2 of the most known members from that side happens to be 2 rappers. One is a rapper named Chicken P with 2 Ks. He's currently wanted. He only 18 years old. His name is Jashawn Barney. He wanted for second-degree armed criminal action, unlawful use of a weapon. Chicken P allegedly responsible for taking the life of Deshaun Houston alongside many other teenagers, which we'll later elaborate on in the video. But I want all us to stay on track. May he rest in peace and love and condolences to his family. Even though he's still on the run, he still dropped a track called Ain't Did Nothing to Me, released 3 weeks ago, and he still talked the guy he's actually on a run for in the music video.
I'm from Yellow Freak, he got hit all in his nugget cause he tried to look at. I'm from Yellow Freak, he got hit all in his nugget cause he tried to look at me. Don't bring up goonies that get cracked and go play hide and seek. DJ I put inside the church and he jumped in the streets.
Now another known figure from the east side is another rapper called East Chapo. He recently dropped a track called Welcome to the Mob, released 4 months ago, where he's seen stepping on all his ops that's no longer living.
When I said I wasn't gonna say nothing, I said I was gonna be quiet, but I think these people need to hear the truth. Yo. Stand up, nah nigga go fuck down. This the same 40 that hit dude and put buck down. They said my name, I really don't give a damn. 100 rounds stick inside the Drake, he had a stuff.
So as you can see, he was bold when it came to dissing his op. And I wanted to see what made a person go to that extent. And it seems in one of his interviews, he talked about getting shot in the face while going to court with his mother in the car.
I feel it. And as far as, with this music, it is, like you said, you got to wish that didn't happen to you. Why you been for music?
Bro, the fake that happened to me, bro, it happened like probably right before I got locked up. Same day.
Nigga.
It's me, it's my mama, it's my best friend, female. I'm going to court. You know what I mean? Eastern story. If you listen to the Eastern story, I break the whole story down, man.
Yeah.
I had one of my homeboys turn snake on me, pulled on side of my car, shot me in my face, and shot up the whole whip while my mom then was in the car. Played foul. That's the most got is flipping the game. Only thing that happened to me to me up.
And when you hear that Eastern story, you kind of go into like the whole details of everything with that. So did they try to ask you about like what happened after that? You know what I'm saying? As far as did you just kind of maneuver out of that? Say we gonna
hell nah, we ain't moving around. Nothing. Everything got to go, man. Niggas go fund me.
There you go.
Period.
There you go.
Shout out to the Street Stars for that exclusive. If you guys want to check the entirety of that interview out, you guys should go over there and do so. Now in the West, you got Dev Red and Musa Coleon as the rappers. They released a track 7 months ago called Welcome to the Mob. Guess it was a spinoff or another diss. But they talked about their OG in the video without him even spitting a bar, and you knew who he was. He went by the name SB, real name Sammy Baldwin. Now SB will play a key role in this story.
Racks and heart. Can't forget about Sam, that's my mud brother. And FNB, I make a call and Lord Thug coming. And P.S. Server, nigga Granny, he don't love nothing. Won't say too much cause they already know I love coming. YG popped it.
But hey, yo. Yeah. Get him, bro.
West North slap like a Drake in the carpet.
Now SB have a daughter that's 5 years old. And only days after that music video was released, Sam and his 5-year-old were shot outside their home. Officials believe there were multiple shooters involved. Thank God the 5-year-old survived, but unfortunately, SB didn't. According to the police report, they waited on him. It was April 25th, 2023. The shooting happened on a Saturday around 6:35 p.m. at the 4300 block of W. Bellevue Drive. A car was towed from the site with apparent bullet holes in the windshield across the body of the vehicle.
Yes, tonight I'm Hannah Falcon and we start with breaking news. ABC 17's Abigail Landwehr joins us live from West Bellevue Drive in Boone County, where there is a heavy police presence and has been since just after 6 p.m. tonight. Abigail, you've been there all night. What can you tell us about this scene?
Hannah, I am on West Bellevue Drive. Now behind me, as you can see, it's calmed down quite a bit on the scene. There were several police officers out here just a little bit. About a half an hour ago, they all left about at once. There was also a pretty steady presence in front of the home for at least 3 hours, possibly more. That also includes Boone County sheriffs. Now the whole property of the house was surrounded by crime scene tape. That also includes the backyard where most of the officers were for while they were on scene. Now an officer I did speak with told us they're not completely confident what the initial call was. He told us officers in the area were all focusing their efforts onto this one scene. Another officer in the department told us he'll also be giving us more information in a news release soon. Now, I spoke to neighbors who are wondering if they know the victim. They tell me they're trying to figure out if it was family, but they even have no little to information right now. Others I spoke to in the neighborhood also think it could be something involving gunshots being fired, but that hasn't been confirmed. Now, we're still working to learn more information, but we will update you online and on air. Reporting in Columbia, Abigail Landwehr, ABC 17 News.
Now, this wasn't the first time that SB had an attempt on his life that was public. He was shot once before in 2019. Also, an innocent bystander was struck and lost her life in the process. Her name was Nadia Wright. May she rest in peace. I love her condolences to her family. According to documents filed in Bone County Circuit Court, the man accused in taking the life of Nadia Wright, may she rest in peace again, and severely injuring Sam in the September 13, 2019 shooting was apparently stalking SB, and the two were on the opposite sides of a feud.
With developing news tonight out of Columbia, police say 2 teens are dead and 1 adult is seriously injured after 2 separate shootings overnight. We'll send it right over to KRCG 13's Ashley Eddy. She has the details about both incidents. Ashley.
Columbia police, Megan, say they responded to their first call right before midnight in the area of Grand Avenue and Forest Avenue. When officers arrived, they say they found 28-year-old Sam Baldwin and 18-year-old Nadria White with gunshot wounds. Police say both sustained life-threatening injuries, and Wright was later pronounced dead at an area hospital. The night was not over, though. A few hours later, police responded to another shots fired call near the area of 5th Avenue and Park Avenue. Officers say they were told someone had been shot and had already been taken to the hospital in a car. Police say the hospital contacted them stating that a gunshot victim, identified as 19-year-old Equan Spain, did arrive and was later pronounced dead. Residents in the area say there was a lot going on last night and that shootings in Columbia have been happening all too often.
And I've seen a lot of lights flashing right out in this area over here. And I wondered about what was going on there. I figured maybe they were chasing somebody or something like that there. But I wasn't sure, and I was afraid to go up there to find out what's going on because I figured I'd get in trouble.
Everybody's a little bit shook up, the ones that were awakened by the shooting, you know. So, yeah. But this, this area is kind of known for its shootings, So you're always on your toes, We were sitting out on the corner last week, and just right over on that corner, some guy rode by and just stuck his hand out the door and just out the window and started shooting. And they had that street over there blocked up. It couldn't have been 2 weeks ago. So,
police say no arrests have been made in regards to the incident, but they are investigating and ask for your help if you have any details about the incidents. And they ask you to contact their department or Crime Stoppers.
Now stay with me, fam. The other teen that they just discussed say lost their life and showed up to the hospital in a car. It come from the same incident. It was SB Ops accidentally shooting the person in the front passenger seat according to court documents while trying to hit at SB. And the guy who lost his life, he go by number 9, Equan Spain. He represent the East, and that's how authorities was able to make a connection and an arrest. 9 was only 19 years old when he lost his life. May he rest in peace. I love condolences to his family. Authorities would later arrest Michael Anderson III, with the other suspects still on the run.
There is a hurricane of violence hovering over our community right now, with one side shooting at the other side, and someone fills those shoes and starts shooting back at the other side.
A hurricane of violence, the analogy made by Columbia Mayor Brian Treese today after 5 shooting deaths in just 2 weeks within the city. Leaders in law enforcement today pleading yet again for change as police release the names of 2 new suspects they're looking for tonight. Good afternoon, I'm Megan Lane. Thanks for joining us. We'll get to those details in a moment, but first, a look back because we realize there are many incidents to keep track of. On Friday, September 13th, Nadria Wright lost her life and another person was seriously injured when they were shot at the corner of Forest and Grand. Just hours later in the early morning of the 14th, Equan Spain was shot and killed near 5th and Park. One man has been arrested in Spain's death. Columbia police say Michael Anderson III was involved in a drive-by shooting and shot Spain, who was in the car next to him. And this past weekend, in the early morning hours of Sunday the 22nd, Antonio Houston and Danielle Marine were found with gunshot wounds in the front yard of a home near McKee and Rice Road. Just a day later, despite no one being injured, police responded to a shots fired call in the same location where multiple shell casings were found and multiple homes were hit. We have live team coverage tonight. KRCG 13's Noah Brown is standing by with a plea from officials to the entire community. But first, KRCG 13's Kyrian Lee has the details of the latest suspects police are searching for tonight. Kyrian?
Yes, Megan. Columbia Police Chief Jeff Jones says the department has 2 warrants out for 2 different suspects in 2 different homicide cases. Jones says a warrant is out now for Aaron Harris, who police say is also known as Pooh Bear. Harris has been charged with second-degree murder and unlawful use of a weapon in the September 4th shooting death of 19-year-old Equan Spain. Harris is the second suspect charged in Spain's death. Police arrested Michael Anderson, the third, on Friday on suspicion of unlawful use of a weapon, armed criminal action, and second-degree murder in the death of Spain. Police say Spain, Harris, and Anderson were involved in a drive-by shooting in the intersection of 5th and Park in Columbia. Police say that Harris was said to be the driver while Spain and Anderson were in the back seat, and while firing shots from the back seat, some of Anderson's bullets struck Spain, and that killed him. Chief Jones says a warrant is also out for 30-year-old Javion Wallace Lawhorn in the fatal shooting death of Nadria Wright. Samuel Baldwin IV was also seriously injured during the shooting. Jones says Lawhorn has been charged with second-degree murder, 2 counts of unlawful use of a weapon, and 2 counts of armed criminal action. Jones says there are still no solid leads in the homicides of Danielle Marine and Antonio Houston, and he says these families are pleading for the community to come forward.
We have families present, we have families who are watching, and they're all suffering. We have a responsibility as a community, not just as the police, to police this issue. And we owe it to them, we owe it to ourselves to say something.
Jones says this is the 9th homicide here in Columbia this year. Anyone with information about any of the homicides or shootings should contact the Columbia Police Department, or to remain anonymous, call Crime Stoppers at 875-TIPS. Reporting live in Columbia, Kyrian Lee, KRCG 13.
So as you can see, one of SB dudes who fired back ended up getting second degree. And that's just to show you, revenge don't have a date on it, because SB lost his life in similar fashion 4 years later. But the guy that was held responsible for taking out his man 9 in the same car, he ended up losing his life in jail 2 years after that incident. But while being held at South Central Correctional Center at just 28 years old, May of 2021, Michael Anderson III will lose his life in jail for unknown reasons to this day. May he rest in peace and love condolences to his family. But fast forward to 2023, only a couple months after SB would lose his life, another member from his side be gunned down in similar fashion. June 26, 2023, Deshaun Houston would lose his life. May he rest in peace and love condolences to his family. According to the incident report, during that scene, officers were looking for 4 men who had been in a vehicle that wrecked in the 3800 block of West Gibbs Road. Police notified the public on Monday night that the men may have been trying to flag down other vehicles on Interstate 70 Drive Northwest between North Stadium Boulevard and Highway U. Now they ended up having 3 people in custody, but a month later, they issued a warrant for 4 more people, including the rapper Chicken P. Now the only reason they had the other 4 Eastside members was because DeMarcus was one of the 3 people who was originally arrested. He took a plea and gave a statement, which we have, and we'll later go over after this news clip.
A shooting homicide on Dove Drive in Columbia continues to grow. Investigators urge caution as they consider the people being sought to be armed and dangerous. KRCG 13's Mark Slavitt joins us live from police headquarters, where detectives say they still are in need of more help from witnesses.
Good afternoon, Kermit. Columbia police say very few people are coming forward with information about the shooting death of 33-year-old Deshaun Houston of Columbia. Prosecutors have already charged 3 men with second-degree murder in connection to Houston's shooting death. 4 other suspects are still on the streets. The 4 additional suspects are 19-year-olds Alquise Jones and DeJuan Turner, 18-year-old Jashawn Barney, and 21-year-old Diazes Turner, all of Columbia. Police investigators are not sure if the 4 suspects are still in the Columbia area. They do not know if they have ties to other nearby cities.
In these kind of investigations, there's always the risk of these suspects having fled the Columbia area. We're not sure at this point in time, and we're continuing the investigation. However, we do ask anyone with potential information that might lead to their whereabouts, please pass that along. Prosecutors have already charged 3 other suspects with Houston's murder. 21-year-old Jawan Crockett, 18-year-old DeMarcus Williams, and 19-year-old Brighton Allen pleaded not guilty and remain in the Boone County Jail without bond. Police believe some witnesses are afraid to come forward with information about Houston's death out of fear of retaliation. The Columbia Crime Stoppers tip line can protect witnesses who give information to the police. If you do call through that number, it gives us the tip and it gives us the information, but we have no way of knowing your name, phone number, or additional contact information. So that's one way we do for people who are worried about potential repercussions for sharing information. They can do so safely. Murder suspect Jawan Crockett appeared before a judge Thursday without an attorney and was denied bond. Prosecutors filed a motion for a change of judge in Crockett's case. Murder suspect Brighton Allen also appeared before a judge Thursday without an attorney and was denied bond. Once again, 3 suspects are in custody and 4 suspects remain at large in the Houston murder case. Police consider the 4 additional suspects connected to Houston's death to be armed and dangerous. Investigators want anyone with any information to call Columbia Crime Stoppers at 573-875-TIPS to remain anonymous. Reporting live in Columbia, Mark Slavitt.
You know why they ain't say DeMarcus Williams? Because he took a plea, he got probation, and was sent home. His agreement had a statement that consists of 5 pages. I want to talk about page 2 and talk about more facts of this case. Post Miranda at CPD, DeMarcus admitted to driving the gold Acura MDX during the M on Dove Drive. DeMarcus admitted another suspect was inside his vehicle with him, and DeMarcus stated he followed the white Ford Explorer from the Life Apartments to Dove Drive. They was gonna be caught out the gate. Fast forward to today, Chicken P is still dropping music on the run, and East Chapo is allegedly living in Houston, still dropping dishes and responding to his ops. The future of this feud remains uncertain. As new players emerge and the old players fall, the dynamics continue to shift. The East vs. West rivalry in Columbia may be as old as the city itself, but it manifested into a form of daily rap feud. It's a relatively recent development. Only time will tell how this feud will shape the city's future. The tale of the East vs. West feud is a tragic one, but it's also a tale of resilience. Despite the violence, the city's spirit remains unbroken. The music continues, the rhymes persist, and the young artists continue to dream of a future where their lyrics won't be surrounded by ammo. We want to send love and prayers to all the families and rest in peace to all the victims. Sending love and prayers to anyone that was affected by the series of events that we just talked about. With that being said, family, I want you guys to let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.